Radio, but we want to get those wavelengths just like locked in today and focused. So that's what I'm going for. Joe, I love that idea. Yeah, we gotta mix in maybe, I don't know, we gotta like this is the back office of the auditorium, like on screen. That's what's in front of me. Obviously, everyone knows that that's my setup. You just get to see what's behind me on camera, but that's a live shot of this beautiful sunrise that I got in front of me, which is obviously in the back room of the auditorium. Fire pit, maybe a little new construction outside. We can roast some marshmallows before the time loop. I'm feeling it. I'm talking to you, not on my microphone, sorry. But today, I started diving into Masonry over the week, so that's what I'm going to be up to today. I don't have the monitor, my touchscreen hooked up at the moment, so I'm not going to be doing any live notes, but I'll be getting back into that here next time. I'm just going to kind of be scribbling away, studying, and happy to answer any questions here and there, but I'm going to be pretty focused. I think we're going to be jiving with some Pomodoro today, perhaps. So, you got me thinking, MD, you got me thinking about a cup of tea now. I'm going to put some hot water on. I'll be right back. T's done. Then we're at it. Just waiting for waiting for a masonry concept today. Unfortunately, I'm not doing a live problem today, and you can't see my notes today, but if you look back at my other live study sessions from my gravity days, I did incorporate that, and I will be incorporating that moving forward. Today's kind of shaking the rust off. I'm going to be taking notes and reading my Masonry SE guide and going through the Masonry TMS, kind of putting everything together, but unfortunately you can't see that today. I will have it hooked up for the future, so you will be able to see me going through some example problems. But yeah, Joe is spot on. Joe's the little, Joe's the assistant professor, I don't even want to say assistant. He's his own professor, but he gets what's going on today. I love that. Yeah, grab whatever material that you are studying today yourself. Doesn't have to be what I'm studying. And come on into the auditorium, vibe out a little bit, and let's get cracking. If you are studying structural engineering or civil engineering and you have a question along the way, pop it in the chat, and I'll try to assist as best that I can and help you out, push you forward. So, moving forward together. All right, team, let's rock and roll. I did get the tea though, Danish, in case you were curious. Ooh, look at that. Can you see that steam coming off? Just like that. Matthew, welcome in. Got some questions? Drop them in the chat. Let me see what I can do. Unpopular opinion, I actually haven't watched The Office, believe it or not. I never got into it. And I know it's like a cult following and everyone my age has seen it like 1,000 times. I've watched an episode like here and there. I know. Yes, I get that a lot, but Michael Scott, love it, love the memes, love the content, but I have no background info on The Office in general. So from that, Danish, your F prime M is increasing, or is that your mortar? My space in here. Whoa, you got me tripping. compressive strength that is larger than your masonry block. And if that's the case, then you're still limited by the compressive strength of your masonry block, because it's your limiting factor. And your bearing capacity is a function of your F prime M, which is your masonry. So I think it's still all dependent on the properties of your masonry block itself. Fully grouted just means that you get to take the full section. But if you keep jacking up the strength of your grout, I think, I guess in reality, your grout block would become a lot stronger in compression and your masonry block would start to crack. So you could ignore the masonry block if it was a big enough grouted section. But from the equations, you're all limited to your F prime M, which is a function of the properties of your block. Joe, I know that the grout does most of the work. We rate our CMU and grout for different strengths, but I don't know the reference for equations for why that happens. Yeah, I'm kind of on the same boat. Because I get that totally, that the grout makes up a majority of the cross-section for compression, like just from a column. But the equation is all based off of the properties of the block itself. So I'm kind of like, wait a minute, that's a good... It's like a side question. Oh no, that's kind of gets into Danish's question where I'm like, that's a good point. I don't know if the equation is just simplified, because a lot of masonry calculation is more keeping it simple. And we just always go off of the block properties. I'd have to look more into that. welcome in. Yes, we absolutely can. We can do an eccentric footing. That sounds like a great one. And then calculating torsion in beams. It's funny you bring that shit up, because I may or may not have gotten tripped up on an exam with torsion. So I have cultivated some great in-depth design examples for designing for torsion for reinforced concrete beams. And I know if you're trying to do like a steel wide flange, it gets pretty messy because wide flanges stink with torsion. But I do know how to do that as well. But most of the time, at least in the steel category, you want to stick to those continuous cross sections, something like an HSS, because that just ultimately does way better in torsion. But yeah, I love those two ideas, and I got to get those going and get you some videos on them. I love that. MD Danish, what's going on? Next question. Design the bottom restraint in a slab retaining wall in Intercalc software. Okay. As a result, only provide the bottom tension force. My question is how to find embedded length of steel in the slab. So you need to determine, well, you could do it the first step, which is more quick, and say, okay, well, even if I'm not fully utilizing all of my steel, let's just say that you are. And if that's the case, then you need to fully embed your steel reinforcement in your slab in order to utilize the full capacity of the rebar. And then if that's the case, you need to go into the ACI in the chapter, what is that, like chapter 23 or 24? What is that? And you will see all the equations for embedment length for reinforcement. And you want to determine, is it a straight bar? That has its own equation. Is it a hooked bar? That has its own equation. I think you also have like mechanical headed studs and stuff as well, which would be rare for you to use it for that application unless you had really high forces. But head to the ACI, look up embedment length, LD, and LDH, and you will find your equations, and you can just spec that length for full embedment, and then you're good to go. If you needed to refine, say that the slab that you're embedding into isn't deep enough to accommodate a full embedment length, then you would have to take it a step further and determine what type of stress your rebar is seeing. If it's not fully utilized, then you can reduce your embedment length by that percentage to pencil out your calculation. But oftentimes, full embedment is used in your design, and you keep moving forward. I am so sorry, everyone. I realized I was playing music out loud, so I'm sure you're getting a shit ton of reverb through my mic. Hopefully I just fixed that. Sorry. All right, let's jam. Nice, Danish, you're on your way. You know it's go time if we got the post-it notes out. Time to start tabbing up. Tesh 22, welcome into the auditorium. Do I have any design calculations for steel plate, cantilever, staircase from a furred wall? Struggling to design it, including its connection. Let me read that back. Steel plate, cantilever, staircase. Cantilevered staircase from a furred wall. I am not, unfortunately, the staircase master. I have little experience with doing staircases, besides like some wood staircases where that's pretty straightforward. But unfortunately, I do not, so I apologize. But I can look into it for the future and maybe get a little spicy design example going. Because I should know it, right? But today, I can't point you to anywhere beneficial. Sorry, gang, I'm on my phone a lot. Got friends randomly in town today, so trying to coordinate with them. But the studying is going good, though. Masonry shear walls, I'm locking in. Matt, peace out. Thanks for joining. Gotta get to mowing that field. Honestly, it sounds kind of relaxing and fun right now. Enjoy. Back at it later. Love to hear that. Saute? I know I'm gonna butcher that. Welcome in. What's going on? Steel structural connection design notes. I have some steel stuff, but doing masonry today, and it's just a internal study session down here, so nothing live, but coming up here soon, you'll be seeing the notes that I'm taking or the problems that I'm working through live here, so check back in. We'll be getting to steel in no time. JJ, welcome in. Let's study. Let's get after it. apparently my sister might be hopped on watching the study session in the auditorium with us. What's up? What's up? Hello, hello? Yeah, you're telling me I'm not talking. It's because during the study sessions, most of the time it's some studying unless some questions pop up in the chat. And then we chit-chat a little bit, or we take a little study break. We just talk, see what's going on. But right now we're grinding. But hello, and hello to Max. Very low, really. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Bring this guy over. I feel like I sound pretty good. No, I guess I am low. What if we bring that up? How about now? And then we'll bring that down for me. Yeah, it might be the music versus me. Yeah, how about now? How am I sounding? A little bit better, but not quite. Stand by. Let's see. Because, I mean, I can raise it, like, all the way. But now it's really high in my headphones. Yeah, I'm guessing that's going to be better, because I can see that that's a little higher now. Mic check. Check 1, 2. Checking the projector in the back. I'm like, can you guys see that? Is it turning on? Why is there a blue screen? Hang on, class. Let me hear it for everyone in the back. Well, Josue, thanks for pointing that out. Sounds more reasonable now? Nice. Now I just need to figure out how to turn it down in my own headphones. Because now I'm like blasting. An adventure for another day. What about this? What about this? What about this? What about this? Not quite. How long am I studying today? I'm actually wrapping up in 2 minutes. Need to study all day. Got behind on my studying. Family emergencies. Uh-oh. Hopefully everything's taken care of. You guys are doing good. That's always scary. You don't want to hear that. But this one today was just cracking the seal for everyone. Getting back after it. A little 2-hour power sesh. I feel like I'm halfway through Masonry, which is nice. I'm moving really fast. And then thinking maybe I do concrete. I don't know. Not sure. We'll see what happens. It'll be a mystery for everyone. Check out that thumbnail. Letting you know what we're going to be studying that day, that time, that class session. But yeah, hopping off in like a minute or two. So I guess this is a good wrap-up point. Hang on 1 second. Yeah, that's always the question, right? Should I keep taking notes and going through the lectures, or should I just get involved with example problems? My big advocate, I'm always a huge example problem guy. Let me change something up here. But there is something to be said about getting those little nuggets of knowledge from someone who's experienced, as long as they're experienced. If they're just an academic, then maybe it's not as helpful. But if you're taking a class, they could say something that isn't in the slide, that's from experience, that's from, just years and years of doing it in and out, that may differ slightly from the status quo, and that info is really, really beneficial. So that's kind of the risk you take if you don't quite do the lectures and take notes, and you just do example problems, because the example problems are more cut dry. So it's always a blend, man. It's always a blend. But I'm always Mr. Example Problems. I like those a lot. But for the essay, I will say that it has changed my outlook slightly, because I've gotten a lot of great information of reading through study material and the codes, all the material codes. I found some great passages, some great little tidbits here and there that I've then applied to my example problems to kind of boost them further. They tell me to watch the videos and also work on problems at the same time. Yeah, right, like a perfect world. It's like, oh yeah, do both those things perfectly simultaneously. It's like, I get it. It's easy to say that. But I feel like that's a cop-out for studying. Like, you should study, you should take notes, you should rewatch lectures, you should talk to yourself in the mirror about that code passage. Like, but what if you throw in the constraints of real life, that we can't sit and study 24/7, then understanding what's the most effective way to study the most amount of material in like a realistic amount of time is really beneficial. And no one seems to tell you that. They just say, study it all. It's like, well, yeah, I get study it all, but that's not always how it goes. And then you learn after you take an exam, I think we've all been here for that, that you look back and you're like, man, I didn't need to study like half of the stuff I studied in order to pass that thing. But You know, you run that risk of playing that game of like, well, what if I don't study this? And then it ends up being on the exam. That's always a tough one. Yeah, and it's hard when you have kids too, I'm sure. Absolutely. I don't have kids, so I don't have that constraint, but there's still plenty of other constraints that I feel you on. And that one's a huge, huge, huge one. How long do you study before you take a break? I've tried 20 minutes, 5 minutes. Yeah, that's a great amount. And 1 hour and 5 minute breaks. I'm not sure what is a happy medium. It's what you feel best with. Sometimes I think I like 40 minutes and then like a 5 minute break or something. But sometimes it varies because you may struggle within that studies session that you set up, say 40 minutes. But then the last 10 minutes, you're really involved in a problem. And it's like you should continue to take breaks to stay refreshed. We've talked about this before. But I think if you're super involved in a problem and you're really locked in and you're understanding it and things are connecting, you know, that brain is just firing, stay in it. Even if it's another 30 minutes, maybe it's a really long example problem. Even though you bumped over your study time and now you pushed into your rest time and all of that, I think it's beneficial to stay in it because you're connected. Then wrap up, then step away and get that clarity and that refresh. But it's a personal thing, I think. But I like that kind of 40-minute chunk, I think. But sometimes all of a sudden 2 hours goes by and you're like, oh crap, I didn't even take any break. And that's okay sometimes, but for longer sessions, 4, 5, 6 hour sessions, if you're going to do that for a study period, you need to break it up. Otherwise, the second half of that session is just going to be crap, or it's going to be less effective. And if you're going to commit and use that many hours to study, you want to get the most benefit out of it. Otherwise, you're shooting yourself in the foot because it's like, we all got 24 hours, and if you're going to use that many of them and then you're not effectively using them, it kind of stinks, unfortunately. Joe, I made a comment on a video about a week ago, study material list, but comment got deleted/removed. That's news to me. I'll go take a look at the blocked comments list. I don't know why. Every once in a while, YouTube does that automatically. So maybe you said the forbidden ACI or the NDS. That's a trigger word for YouTube maybe, and they flagged you as a threat to the Civil Engineering Structural Engineering Society. But I will take a look in the held for review comments, and if I see you in there, I'll get you out of there. I'll bust you out of jail, and I'll answer that question. Yeah, I'm behind on answering questions. I gotta get in there. It was on the School of PE video, so it may have been not cool to do it in that context or something. I reference Amazon, ISBN, and costs. Huh, yeah, who knows? Yeah. Okay, so it's in the PE video. I'll go hunt it down. I'll take a look. I enjoy. Am I getting it on later live? I enjoy studying in the mornings, but you'll probably catch me in the evenings sometimes during the week. But then as October gets closer and closer, you'll see me on here more and more, probably juicing up, getting as much study time in as possible. So. Yeah, I'm going to do a blend of both, but I always feel like I'm best in the mornings, which I feel like nobody really is. There's that select few. So it's going to be a quiet auditorium, but there will be sessions in the evenings, and I'll give everybody a heads up most of the time. All right, though. Thanks for joining here today. Give it a like before you go. I know everyone just already clicked off, but that's okay. And I feel pretty good about Masonry. Let me know how you felt about your studies. I'd love to hear it. What you're working on, what you're noodling on. And if you like content like this, just chilling, relaxing, having a place to study, and talking with a professional engineer and about my mistakes, my shortcomings, my successes in the field, in the career, consider subscribing. I've been light with some videos recently, but that's because of my studies towards my SE licensure. And I got a lot of great content on the channel for all of you developing engineers out there. So hit subscribe, but you don't have to. But you can, but it's free. But if you don't want to, I get you. Everyone wants you to do something nowadays. But you'll see me. And until next time, this is Rich with Team Kestävä. I'll catch everybody next time. Peace.